Have you ever noticed that most people try to predict the future by looking at opportunities, luck, connection, education, or money? Yet, many times, the future reveals itself long before any of those things appear. It hides inside ordinary habits, ordinary character, small habits, quiet habits, habits so common that people hardly notice them. If you want to understand where a person is likely to end up, stop listening to what they say they want. Watch what they repeatedly do. Yes. Because human beings do not become what they wish for, actually. They slowly become what they practice. That is one of the most important truths about life. A young man may dream of becoming wealthy. He may talk about success every day. He may tell everyone about his plans. But if he spends most of his time sleeping, gossiping, avoiding responsibility, and waiting for miracles, his habits are already building his future. His words are moving in one direction. His habits are moving in another direction. And habits always win because the future is usually not created by big decision. It is created by repeated small decision. A farmer does not become poor because he ignores his farm for one day. He becomes poor because he ignores it for many days. A student does not fail because of one difficult exam. He fails because of many evenings spent avoiding study. A marriage does not suddenly collapse after 20 years. Most times, it slowly weakens through years of small neglect. The future often whispers before it shouts, but people rarely listen. Have you ever noticed how some people always arrive late? Late to meetings, late to work, late to church, late to family gathering. Most people think lateness is simply about time, but often it reveals something deeper. It can reveal a habit of poor preparation, a habit of underestimating consequences, a habit of believing that things will somehow work themselves out. What can you say about somebody who ignores small responsibility repeatedly? Could it be that they may eventually ignore bigger responsibility too? Not always, but often enough to pay attention. The future always leaves clues, and habits are those clues. Now think about any habit. Complaining, for example. Have you ever met someone who always has a reason why life is unfair? Their boss is the problem. Their parents are the problem. Their family are the problem. The government is the problem. The economy is the problem. Everybody is responsible except themselves. At first, it sounds reasonable because sometimes life really is unfair. Sometimes people truly are victims of circumstances, but what if the real danger is not the problem itself? What if the danger is becoming addicted to blaming? Because once a person learns to blame everything outside themselves, they stop looking for what they can change. And when they stop looking for what they can change, growth becomes difficult. The future of a person who consistently blames others often becomes predictable, not because life is against them, but because they have surrendered their power. Now let us look at something more surprising. Watch how people treat things that does not belong to them. This habit reveals more than most people realize. I'm telling the truth. In many villages, schools, churches, or workplaces, there are many people who take care of community property as if it belongs to them. They clean it, protect it, respect it. Then there are others who damage what is shared because they believe it is not theirs. You understand? Because it is a community property, they don't use it carefully. What does it reveal? It reveals character. And character is one of the strongest predictors of the future. Money can come and go. Beauty can fade. Strength can weaken. But character follows a person everywhere. A person who respects little responsibility often becomes trusted with greater responsibility. The habit is small, the result is big. Have you ever noticed how some people listen while others only wait for their turn to talk? This habit can predict relationship, friendship, marriages, leadership, even business success. People who genuinely listen learn things that others miss. They understand people better. They avoid unnecessary conflict. They gain knowledge without spending money. Meanwhile, people who refuse to listen often repeat the same mistake again and again. Why? because they already believe they know everything. And when learning stops, growth slows down. The future quietly follows. Now, consider another habit. This example that I'm about to tell you. The habit of keeping promises, even small promises. A person says they will call, and they called. A person says they will come, and they came. A person says they will help, and they helped. This may sound ordinary, but it is not. Reliability is very rare. That is why people trust reliable people. That is why opportunity often find them. That is why doors open for them. Not because they are lucky, but because trust attracts opportunity. People want to work with people they can trust. People want to marry people they can trust. People want to partner with people they can trust. One habit creates many future possibilities. Now let us talk about something many people misunderstand. The habit of spending money. Have you ever noticed that two people can earn the same income but live completely different future? One saves a little, learn a little, invest a little, plan a little. The other spends everything immediately. At first, they appear equal. 5 years later, they are no longer equal. Why is it that such financial habits create different outcomes? Because habits compounds. Yes, it accumulates. Like water filling a bucket drop by drop. You hardly notice the change today, but eventually the bucket becomes full one day. The same thing happens in life. Success compound, failure compound, wisdom compound, foolishness compound. The future is often the result of accumulation. Yes, the future is often the result of accumulation, not dramatic events. Now, here is something many people discover too late. Watch what people do when nobody is watching. That habit predicts more than public behavior. Anyone can behave well when there is applause. Anyone can behave well when there is fear of punishment. But private habits reveals true direction. A student who studies only when the teachers are present develops one future. A student who studies even when nobody checks develops another future. The difference is invisible today, but visible tomorrow, because such art is accumulating. And perhaps that is why life surprises so many people. People judge others by their current position. Life judges people by their daily habits. A poor person with disciplined habits may be moving towards success. A rich man or a rich person with destructive habits may be moving towards decline. The present can deceive you. Habit tells a deeper story than you think. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to improve every year while others remain trapped in the same circle? The answer is often hidden in what they repeatedly do. Every day, habits are casting votes. Vote for the person you are becoming. Vote for the future you are building. Vote for the life you are eventually living, or you will eventually live. Most people focus on outcomes. Wise people focus on habits, because outcomes are usually delayed. Habits are happening now. And here's the lesson. If you want to predict somebody or somebody's future, watch their habits. But most importantly, watch your own. Yes, watch your habits. Because your future is not waiting somewhere ahead of you. Your future is quietly being built today. In the way you think, in the way you spend your time, in the way you treat people, in the promises you keep, in the responsibilities you accept, in the habits nobody sees. The future leaves footprints long before it arrives, and those footprints are habits. Remember this, a person's future is rarely hidden. It is often visible in the small things they do every day, while everyone else is busy looking at the big thing. Subscribe to this channel, like and comment in the comment section. Thank you.